Okay, I have posted this sheet on Edmodo for those of you who want to print it off or draw it in first before we go through the video, or you might have tried it yourselves first as well maybe. Okay, so inequalities, there's 3 types of numbers we need to worry about. Natural numbers, which are dots, integers, which are dots, real numbers then get a continuous line. Okay, so if it's n or z, it gets dots. If it's real, it gets a continuous straight line. Okay, so the first one, so if we were to graph x is less than 5 and x is a natural number. Okay, so because it's a natural number, it's going to get dots. It's less than 5, so the first number that it can be is 4. Okay, then it's less than, so the closed part is pointing towards x, so x is less than 5. So 4, 3, 2, 1. And because it's a natural number, we know the first natural number is going to be 1, so it can't go any further than that. Okay, a natural number is the set of positive whole numbers. Okay, so less than 5, it can't go below 1. Okay, the next one, so x is greater than 2. Okay, this time the open part is pointing towards x, so x is greater than 2. And x is a natural number. So if x is greater than 2, the first number that it can be is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, but actually it's going to keep going infinitely because we can't get to the very highest natural number. We know that x is greater than 2, but that can go on infinitely. So to show that, we need to put an arrow at the end here. Okay. The next one, x is less than or equal to 4. X is an element of z. Okay, so z again gets dots. Okay, but an integer this time z means it can be positive or negative whole numbers. Okay, so it's less than or equal to. So because the equal sign is there, we're going to put a dot on 4 this time. Okay, so in the other two, we didn't put a dot on the number itself because there was no equal sign. This one does have an equal sign, so the dot goes on 4. And the closed part is facing x, so x is less than 4. So 3, less than is to the left. Okay, and then because it's an integer, we know it can be positive or negative, so actually it's going to go infinitely on this way to the left. So to show that, we put an arrow. Okay, so if it can keep going, you put an arrow. Okay, the next one, so x is an element of z, so we have dots again, and it's between -1 and 3. Okay, now there's no equal sign on -1 though, so it's greater than -1, so the first integer that's greater than -1 is 0. Okay, so it's going to start on 0 because it's just greater than -1, it's not equal to it. And then it's less than or equal to 3, so we'll be putting a dot right up as far as 3. Okay, so the dot is going on 3 because it's equal to 3. Okay, and x is contained between these two values. It's between -1 and 3, so there'll be no arrows there. Okay, it's between those 4 numbers. Okay, the next one, x is less than 6 and x is a real number. So a real number means that it gets a continuous line. Okay, the reason being, real numbers are any types of numbers at all. Okay, so they could be, they're not just the whole numbers, they could be inside here in between 3 and 4, it could be 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4 and so on. It could be anywhere in between those whole numbers, so to show that we put a continuous line. Okay, so x is less than 6, so this is, we might have forgotten this now since the last time. If there's no equals there, then you put an open circle on 6. Okay, so to show that it's not equal to 6, it gets an open circle. If there was an equal to there, it would get a closed circle. Okay, so if it's equal to, it gets a closed circle. If there's no equal sign, it's an open circle. And it's less than 6, the closed part is pointing towards x, so less than 6 means we're going to the left. Okay, and that line there is going to be infinitely long there. Okay, the next one, x is greater than or equal to -2, and it's a real number. Okay, so again, because it's real, it's going to get a continuous line. But because it's equal to -2, it gets a closed circle. Okay, and it's greater than, so it's going to the right. Okay, last one. X is between -2 and 2, and x is a real number, so we've got a straight line again. This time it's not equal to -2, so -2 is going to be an open circle. It's equal to 2, so 2 is going to be a closed circle. Okay, so equal to gets the closed, not equal to gets the -2, and we just join up in between them. Okay, so you only have to worry about open and closed circles for real numbers. Okay, when it was the natural and integers, they were just all dots. We weren't even talking about open and closed circles. They were just all small dots. Okay, and if it was less than 5, it meant that you didn't start on 5, you started on 4 instead. Greater than 2 meant that you didn't start on 2, you started on the next whole number. If it was equal to 4, then it was a dot on 4. Whereas down here, if it's not equal to it, it still starts on that number, because it could be 5.9 or 5.99999. Okay, so it doesn't start necessarily on 5. You can get infinitely close to 6, so the open circle goes over 6 instead. And if it's equal to it, it gets a closed circle. Okay, right, last part. So if we were to solve the equations, okay, solve these inequalities, so they're the same as if we were solving a regular equation. We do +2, +2. So 5x is less than or equal to 14 over 5 over 5. So x is less than or equal to, what would that be? 14 divided by 5, 2.8. Okay, now we're told that x is an integer. So what's the first integer that's less than 2.8? It'll be 2. Okay, and we can see there that it's less than, so it's going to the left of 2, and because it's an integer, it can go on infinitely to the left. Okay, right, and this one's even more important really. So if we start off as normal, we want to get x on its own, so we bring over the 5. So that's a positive 5, so when we bring it over, it becomes -5. Okay, and be careful now, we're left on the left hand side, we're left with -2x. Don't forget to bring down the minus in front of the 2x. Is less than 9 minus 5 is 4. Divide by -2. Okay, and this is the thing now to remember these ones. If you divide across by a negative, the direction of the inequality changes. Okay, so that's important. So I think that's probably the most likely thing that you'll have forgotten about inequalities, is that when you divide by a negative, the direction will change. Okay, and then we're ready to plot that. So we know that x is an element of R, so it's going to get a continuous line. So -2, and it's greater than, so it's going to the right. So because it's greater than and not equal to, we put an open circle on -2. Because it's greater than, the arrow is going to the right. Okay, so that's the answer to that one. So as I said, the most important thing there is that when you're dividing by a negative, the direction changes.